The business mileage reimbursement rate is an optional standard mileage rate used in the United States for purposes of computing the allowable business deduction, for federal income tax purposes under the Internal Revenue Code, at 26 U.S.C. A Section 162, for the business use of a vehicle. Under the law, the taxpayer for each year is generally entitled to deduct either the actual expense amount, or an amount computed using the standard mileage rate, whichever is greater. The business mileage reimbursement rate is also used by some employers for computing employee reimbursement amounts when an employee operates a motor vehicle not owned by the employer for the employer's business purposes. The General Services Administration sets the rate for federal jobs. In general, the GSA rate matches the annual rate set by the IRS. Although by law the government employee reimbursement rate cannot exceed the mileage rate set by the IRS for business deductions. Reimbursement by an employer on a per-mile basis is also used in other countries. It offers a similar simplification to payment of subsistence per diem. Reimbursement rates since 1991. References: IRS.gov Standard Mileage Rate Overview, IRS Document 463. Form 2106, Internal Revenue Service, U.S. Department of the Treasury. IRS Reverend Proc 2005 €78. IRS Reverend Proc 2006 €49. IRS Reverend Proc 2008 €72. Privately owned vehicle mileage reimbursement rates. General Services Administration. Retrieved October 17, 2008. Revenue Procedure 2008 €72, IRB. 2008 €50, November 24, 2008, Internal Revenue Service, U.S. Dept of the Treasury. IRS announces 2011 standard mileage rates. Internal Revenue Service December 3, 2010. Retrieved December 15, 2010. IRS announces 2012 standard mileage rates. Internal Revenue Service December 9, 2011. Retrieved December 14, 2011. Standard mileage rates for 2013 inches. Internal Revenue Service November 21, 2012. Retrieved November 21, 2012. 2014 standard mileage rates. Internal Revenue Service December 6, 2013. Retrieved December 20, 2013. Travel and subsistence expenses. Mileage allowances, 5 U.S.C. 5704, A, 1, available from U.S. Code main page, Government Printing Office. Access January 28, 2009. In any year in which the Internal Revenue Service establishes a single standard mileage rate for optional use by taxpayers in computing the deductible costs of operating their automobiles for business purposes, the rate per mile established by the administrator shall not exceed the single standard mileage rate established by the Internal Revenue Service.